Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming today to our groundbreaking ceremony. Let's give a round of applause to our jazz ensemble led by Miss Kate Hart. So thank you, students and Miss Hart, for all your work getting ready for today. On behalf of our entire community, it's my pleasure to welcome you to today's groundbreaking ceremony. My name is Jeff Nelson, and I'm the superintendent of schools here in the Grafton School District. At this time, we would ask you to rise and welcome the high school Camerata group under the direction of Miss Maggie Condon for the singing of our national anthem as we look at our flag. Thank you, ladies, and thank you for joining us today to celebrate the groundbreaking for our district. It's because of the great support of our parents, staff members, and community members that we are standing here today. We take this time to celebrate the opportunities our upgraded facilities will bring to our students and to our community. At this time, we do want to recognize some special guests that we have with us today. I would like to start with our current board members. Please stand when I read your name. Our board president, Dr. Terry Ziegler, Vice President, Ms. Carrie Walls, Treasurer, Mr. Paul Lorgy, Secretary, Mr. Mark Kaler, Board members, Ms. Jo Mayle, Mr. Steve Nada, and Mr. Jerry Rossi. Thank you, board members. Our honored guests that were on our Facilities Advisory Committee. If you were on the Facilities Advisory Committee, they spent over 26 hours in meetings just discussing different options for our community, what that could look like. So if you're on our Facilities Advisory Committee and spent all that time, please stand to be recognized for all your contributions as well. Thank you for your time. And unfortunately, both Village President Jim Brunkwell and our Town Chairman Lester Bartell were unable to come today, but we do want to recognize them and thank them for their feedback and the time that they gave to us to spread the word and get information out to our community. We do recognize that our Village Administrator Jessica Dice is here, as well as Jessica Wool. We appreciate the work that they've done with the village, with the district, and helping us move forward on this project. And they've been a huge asset, and we want to thank them and their team for all the work that they've done. As well, our design and construction firm, Hoffman, is represented today by Mr. Sam Stotts, as well as all of his team that's here with Hoffman. So if you're here with Hoffman, well, Sam, let's look at Sam. Sam's over here in the corner. But if you also are helping us today, there's a number of you, and I won't call out your names individually, but if you'd raise your hand, we want to thank you for all your work, and we look forward to seeing what a finished product will look like. And unfortunately, Police Chief Winton was not able to be here, but he did send two of his officers, and the police have been invaluable help, as well as the fire department and Chief Rice, with helping us as we've looked at our different parking issues and various things in this whole project. So we also want to thank the police and the fire for all of their help with our project this far. And I also want to recognize our district leadership team, Mr. Topher Adams, who is our Director of Business Services, Ms. Diana Kresovich, who is our Director of Teaching and Learning, Ms. Suzanne Lilly, who is our Director of Special Ed and Student Services, Mr. Jamie Schofield, who is in charge of our Director of Facilities, Mr. Rick Seibold, who is our Director of Technology, as well as Ms. Linda Bender, our Director of Food Service. Thank you to our district leadership team. also like to recognize Ms. Pam King, who's our Grafton Chamber of Commerce. She helped us with the tent. She's been invaluable to me in my 2 years here, and her support for our district and our community is really invaluable. We want to thank you, Pam, for all your work. And then last but not least are the student representatives that we have here today, representing the 2,100 students that attend our district. They are why we are here today. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to read their names and have them stand with their principals, and we can see who they are. So starting with Grafton Elementary School, Student Council representatives, Riley Bergman, McKenna Berg, Spencer Holloway, Shane McAllister, and Luca Nicolai. And then their principal, Dr. Karen Knoll. The Kennedy Student Council representatives are Tyler Henley, Lola Michael, Izzy Petrie, Audrey Stern, and Austin Stern, along with their principal, Dr. Craig Gunderson. Our Woodview Elementary Student Council representatives are Molly Biggins, Ava Ernassi, Cora Kempfer, Connor Mail, and Matt Sauer, along with their principal, Mr. Michael McMahon. John Long Middle School has their National Junior Honor Society officers here today. The president is Grace Gerke, vice president is Addison McInnes, secretary is Todd O'Connor, and unfortunately the parliamentarian Arden Riddle is out ill, but we want to recognize her, as well as their principal, Mr. Kevin Deering, and assistant principal, Mr. Doug Arndt. And representing our high school, we have, sitting on my right, we have Ian Bold, who is our student council president, who will be speaking in just a minute, as well as Jenna Close, who's our student council vice president. Cassie Kramer is the student council treasurer. Sophia Didier is the student council parliamentarian. Representing the junior class president is Daniel Prohaska. The sophomore class president is Eliza Manzori. And the freshman class president is Dylan Knott. And at this time, I'd now like to introduce our first speaker, our board president, Dr. Terry Ziegler.
Good morning. It's truly a rare opportunity when you get to come together like this to look at a project like this. Because even if you're on a school board, or if you're an administrator, or a teacher, a parent, even the students, you're always trying to move the district forward in a positive way every day. Small decisions, big decisions, but you rarely get to do something this big and this sweeping that so dramatically will affect the future of our district. So it's a great day, and it's truly a rare opportunity. To get to this point wasn't quick or easy, but it shouldn't be quick or easy. This is a decision that needs to be made with a lot of discussion, a lot of struggle, a lot of conversation, some arguments. We had all those. And we got to a point where we put together a project that was, I think, far-reaching and an excellent way to position us to keep at the cutting edge of academic excellence like we prided ourselves to have been over the years. So my hat, as Jeff mentioned, this is an accumulation of a lot of efforts, parents, teachers, students, board members. My hat is literally off to all of you today for being part of that process, because without you, a great project like this doesn't happen. So it's kind of humbling to be the one to come up in front of you all and say thank you and to be excited with you. But I'm truly excited because I think this positions us to be on the front edge of academic excellence for decades to come in a responsible manner. And I apologize. I applaud all of you for doing that, because you did a great job. Thank you. Thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you, Dr. Ziegler. And now it's my pleasure to introduce GHS Senior Ian Bold, our Student Council President.
Like he said, my name is Ian Bold, and I'm a senior at Grafton High School. I'm the Student Council President this year. I've been a Grafton student my entire life, and I'd like to take a few minutes to describe my experiences, as well as my opinion on how this referendum will change the education here at Grafton. Change and progression have been the common theme for all school districts in the area, and in the U.S. for that matter. Every year, we have incorporated new technologies, new teaching styles, and new teachers. Our test scores have gone up, and the number of students taking APs is at an all-time high and growing. However, our buildings don't reflect this growth. Like I said, I've been a Grafton student my entire life, starting at Kennedy Elementary School. It's hard to talk about my experiences prior to 4th grade because I was so focused on keeping my mind active and having fun. But I can recall most of my education after 4th grade. In 4th grade, netbooks were first introduced to Kennedy. Needless to say, as 4th graders, it was pretty cool to have our own devices, and it showed the level of trust that our educators had for us. Much like this referendum, they knew that the benefits far outweighed the costs. While this was a great advance in our technology, the surroundings remain the same. In order to have an exceptional learning experience, I believe a positive environment is needed. It's what can take students' education to the next level. The warped ceiling tiles and chipped bricks of Kennedy didn't contribute to this. The new additions and renovations to both Kennedy and Woodview will give all our students a positive environment to enter into every day. Plus, the students can finally play full-size kickball in their gym. Flash forward through the awkward stages of middle school, and I arrive at my freshman year at Grafton High School. A time that seems so far away back in 4th grade when we received our netbooks. I, like most freshmen, was overwhelmed at the scale that things were done here at Grafton High School. Due to our clubs, classes, college credit opportunities, sports, our art department, and more, a student can never be bored or left out. Every year we have new clubs and organizations forming, advances in our special education department, new teachers, new classes, and new administration. We are growing and progressing while our building again is staying in the past. My sophomore year I took AP Physics and Chemistry, and because of this I rapidly became very acquainted with our science classrooms, and it became very apparent that organization was needed. We have, in my opinion, some of the best teachers in the state of Wisconsin, and our science department holds no exception to this. During my time in those science classes, I have conducted more experiments than I can even remember. However, there was always one or two that our science teachers would have loved to done, but due to our current laboratory conditions, they were unable. With the renovations to our science classrooms, I'm confident that our teachers' ability to teach will greatly improve, which will in turn grow our students' education. Many of the students here at Grafton High School are involved in one sport or another and have taken 2 or more gym classes. Because of this, everyone has touched our athletic facilities in one way or another. Like the science classrooms, there is an insufficient amount of space. Physical education classes have to share space, sports have to hold their practices at different times, and in some cases, at the same time and same place. With the addition of this new gym and the renovation of our current locker rooms, opportunities for more efficient physical education classes and locker room sharing will benefit all of our future students. There are so many aspects of this school that I have touched and been a part of, and it would take a great deal of time for me to go through how the referendum will affect each and every one of them. So I'm just going to end with this. Every dollar spent on this referendum will push us as a school district closer to where we need to be to continue our growth. While I won't get to see most of the renovations that occur to our buildings, I know that I will be leaving the school district ready to take our future students to the next level of education. Thank you.
Thank you, Ian. And I do want to recognize our high school administration team, Mr. Scott Manti, who is our high school principal, Mr. Kevin Moore, who is our assistant principal athletic activities director, and Mr. Mike Kalina, who is our dean of students. So thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for working with Ian and for all your work over the years. And I also recognize Senator Grothman's representative here. I want to thank him for coming and being with us today and showing support for our district, which we appreciate that also. So as we end our ceremony and get ready for some groundbreaking with our dirt, I want to personally thank the board for all their work to make this dream become a reality. and we took something that was a vision that the board had, working with the community to make this a reality. So for decades to come, we know that our Grafton students will have buildings that will meet their needs and allow us to reach our mission of preparing learners for a dynamic tomorrow. Grafton has a strong, rich history of academic excellence, fine arts, tech ed, extracurricular, athletics. So we've been blessed by those who have come before us, and today is an opportunity for us to give back to those that will come after us. So thank you for your support here today, for joining us today. Please join us in taking pictures of the groundbreaking as well as the cake that we have to celebrate our time. And now we'll move to the part that all the students have been waiting to do, which is throw some dirt. So we are going to start with our elementary students. So elementary students, we can have you come up with your principals. Come on up here and grab a hard hat.
That's fine.
Let's just grab our shovels. Put the shovels down, get some dirt on there. Get on there, hold it there. Get it up in the air. Get it up in the air. Let us get a picture. You hold on. Get a picture here. Smile over here. Awesome. Ready on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Excellent. Okay, come on back here. Hold on.
Should we get the wireless?
So I probably want to bring you up. No, that's good. Can you bring yourself this way so you can Okay, you ready? Put some dirt on there. Pull it up, get it up, and then look over here. Look over here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. All right, well done. Board members, what's that board members? Grab each other.
Bunch them together.
Bunch them
Hold them together. Hold them together. Hold them together.
Jeff, aren't you in this one?
There you go. There we go. Dirt? Ready to throw some dirt?
For you, Jeff?
Yeah, sure. Let's see if you can get it here. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Okay. Bunch together. Bunch together. Bunch together. Get close together. You are friends, right? Okay, whenever you're ready.
One, two, three.
Let's bring up our whole leadership team, all the administration team. I'd like to have them come up. Let's see what we got. Are we good?
Is the board staying in, Jeff? Jeff, is the board staying in there? Can they kind of get in between people a little bit? Just kind of not in, just like not just behind, but in between. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, we're looking here. And here. Okay. Hold dirt.
One, two, three. One, two, three. So it happened.
Sam, now bring your crew up with the board. Probably, Jamie and Toby probably stay. Okay, so we got everyone.
Board sneaking those gaps. One, two, three.
Great job. We want to thank everyone for coming today, and we're super excited for this project to begin. The excavation started yesterday. We're excited to bring a product forward to our community that the community can be proud of, and that our students can continue their education. So please come forward. We'll bring some water and some plates out and grab us some cake. If you want to take individual pictures with students, you're also welcome to do that. Students are excited because we have pizza lunch for them after this, so they're excited for that as well. So thank you for coming, everyone. Have a great day. We're looking forward to a great 2017-2018 school year. Thank you.
I still run mine.